Top of the morning to you. How you doing? It is the radio guy, the doctor, Mike Prince. Welcome to the Monday morning edition of the Mike Prince Show, coming to you Monday through Fridays right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Instagram and the Twitter handles are the Mike Prince Show. The website is obnradio.com. And of course, our YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. Well, the Panthers went out west and were not able to get things spinning in motion as they would like to have seen. Losing to the UNLV Running Rebels by the score of 46-17. We got other scores and stuff we'll talk about, but we'll hear from the Ghost coach, Eric Dooley, hear his summary on this weekend's performance, and we'll come back with more of today's show.
And they fought. They fought for the remainder of the 30 minutes, and I'm encouraged by that because now we get a chance to go into conference play. I tell you what, I guess I'm so competitive, and I thought, we had some good things that our team was doing. I go out to try to win all of them. I know sometimes the balls don't bounce the right way, but we got to continue to fight. So it's those little things that I'm looking for to see if we're going to execute. And I thought we did it in a lot of areas. But I do know one thing that's pretty much sticking out, and we're going to have to do that. I still believe you got to scratch where it itch at. And right now, the part that's itching, those little small details, is a special team. We got to get that because that's really a 16-point turnaround. I mean, we got to correct those things, and we're going to move forward with it. We're not going to harp on it. And not because I know one play don't lose a game. Right. It was several plays in that game that we could have done for us stopping the run and for us completing third down on offense. So it's some things we got to go back and just go back to the drawing board and get ready for. I think these guys still believe. They understand the circumstance and understand the type of schedule that we play. We didn't play a schedule where we can play some guys that was a lesser team than what we were, where we can put up numbers and look good. We went to battle. We battled. We battle tested, and I feel good about where we are right now. Of course, the win column don't tell a story, but I feel good about our team going into conference play.
And that, of course, was Coach Eric Dooley post-game comments after the 46-17 loss to the UNLV Running Rebels. Now, I don't know if you heard in particular, but there was a lot to be said with that post-game statement. And I must come to Coach Eric Dooley's defense on this behalf. Number one, this was a schedule that he inherited. And as much as I pull for thy purple and gold, when you look at this thing on paper, you say to yourself, what were they thinking? How could you schedule such a murderous row schedule? I understand the need for resources, but is there not a better way? And the fact to have 6 road games consecutively, I just personally don't believe that was a well thought out schedule, but you have to deal with the cards that are dealt your way. And not hating at all, I always pull for Prairie View, but I'm not surprised that we're 1-3 at this stage of the game. And many of you that are listening, if we remove the emotional part of it and we be true to ourselves, we're right on course. This is still a good team. This is still a good team. The common denominator, and I hear you loud and clear, PV Nation, we should have beat Rice. Yes, we should have. We should have beat Sam. Yes, we should have. We were beat by UNLV. And the common denominator has been special teams. He addressed that in his post-game comments. Coach Littlejohn has to come to a decision. First time, okay, it's a fluke. Second time, all right, it might be a little concern here. But the third time in consecutive games, we have a problem. And we might need to go back to the drawing board to address that issue, because using the analogy from the Ghost himself, there are three phases to a football team: offense, defense, and special teams. And we know and understand that special teams play a critical role, and it is the margin of victory, at least one game per season. In this case, I'm going to say 2 games: Sam Houston and the Rice game. UNLV was just a better team. They were a better physical team. And it was evident to those who witnessed that game. That's no knock on PV Nation. We take these bumps and these bruises, you heal up, and we focus now on Pine Bluff, which goes back to my original statement as we are searching for our next athletic director. Please don't sacrifice our student athletes to make your quotas on sales. Give these student athletes an opportunity to experience competitive games that can still be a good money draw, but give us a most realistic chance of coming out victorious. Moral victories are not the answers, because moral victories do not give coaches extensions on their contracts. So we need to position these young men and women to be in the best possible position. Non-conference is behind us now. Let's focus and let's get geared. Our next opponent are the Golden Lions of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Dallas, it's coming. September 29th, history will be made on this date. September 29th, in Dallas, Texas only. Multiple concerts.
It only happens once per year.
70,000 people in one location.
Thousands of people.
All day activities. Don't change this station. Listen for more info.
People are coming from Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, all over the country. Dallas, get ready. The biggest yet. The biggest
one-day event in the state of Texas. And it only happens once per year. This is an event where you can bring your whole family, your friends, your girls, your boys, your crew, an entire day of entertainment. It's happening September 29th, only in Dallas, Texas.
Keep listening for more details for this major event. And most importantly, do not touch your radio dial.
And speaking of Arkansas Pine Bluff, they had it rough from beginning to end against South Dakota State this past weekend, losing by the score of 90-6. It was so bad that South Dakota's coach was on record for being apologetic for the outcome of that game. In fact, every player on that roster for South Dakota State were able to participate in that game. That's not to say that Coach Cedric Thomas and the Golden Lions are that bad. Maybe South Dakota State is that good. But nonetheless, the Panthers will have to forget about UNLV, just like the Pine Bluff Golden Lions are going to have to forget about South Dakota State. And they'll hook up this weekend. And that's where the rubber meets the road. And as far as other scores throughout the MEAC and the SWAC, we'll start off with my 2 games of the week. I went 0 for 2. Shotgun Willie Simmons and the Rattlers of FAMU could not hold off Coach Hughes and the Jackson State Tigers, losing by the score of 18-16. And just when I thought I could count on Texas Southern, they fell short to Alcorn, who is still showing others throughout the conference that we're still the swag of the East. Alcorn was able to pull that one off by the score of 27-15. Other interesting scores throughout the SWAC: Southern outlasts Langston by the score of 33-18. We'll now go and hear the game summary from Carlos Brown.
Southern University picks up the first win of the season, defeating Langston University 33-18 in a weather-related shortened game. The Jaguars were led offensively by Devon Ben with 12 carries for 90 yards. Also, quarterback John Lampley, he was 9 of 15 for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Jaguars started off slow against the NAIA Langston University Lions, but were able to take the lead right at halftime. Then in the third quarter, the Jaguars put up 14 points to 6 points to Langston. The Jaguars now 1-2 on the season. They'll have to play much, much better going into next week's ball game, the Gulf Coast Challenge, and their SWAC opener against Alabama A&M. That's next Saturday. But the Jaguars get the win, albeit they need to improve ASAP. I'm Carlos Brown, reporting from A.W. Mumford Stadium on the campus of Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Thank you very much, Brother Carlos Brown. Of course, you can listen to the Carlos Brown Show live right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Now, as he made mention, you know that the rubber meets the road this weekend in conference play altogether. Alabama A&M and Southern University will be doing battle this weekend, and it all opens up for keeps this weekend. Alabama A&M fell short to Cincinnati by the score of 63-7. Other SWAC scores saw Alabama State fall short to Kennesaw State by the score of 62-13. Over in the MEAC, Bethune-Cookman fell short to Florida Atlantic 49-28. Delaware State got blanked by Western Michigan by the score of 68-0. Morgan State fell by 3 points to Albany 30-27. And Savannah State and Howard were postponed. Saturday's matchup over in the MEAC will find North Carolina Central to take on Duke. Savannah State will take on Florida A&M. Howard will lock up with Bethune-Cookman. Morgan State will get together with North Carolina A&T. And Norfolk State will get together with South Carolina State. Week 4 over in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, as we mentioned, we'll have Alabama A&M locking up with Southern University. Prairie View will be at Pine Bluff. Alabama State will take on Grambling. Alcorn State will take on Mississippi Valley. And Texas Southern will play the University of Houston. Believe it or not, I'm out of time for today. I want to remind you that you can call our message line 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to leave your thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns about anything pertaining to our coverage, whether it be high school or collegiate. That number is 713-570-6736. Don't forget to visit our website and become a listening partner. Simply go to obnradio.com, click on the PayPal button, and at 17 cents a day, you too can become a subscriber and a supporter of our programming here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We want to thank those who have already joined on board, and hopefully many more will join the cause. Of course, don't forget the Twitter and the Instagram handle is The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. I must exit stage left, but until the next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.